struggled and rolled for a little bit.
I see that.
Yeah.
You guys are okay?
Yep, we're good.
You're a little muddy, dude. I think we're doing
a little bloody and little muddy, that's how it works.
Yeah. Is the blood on her?
Yeah, that's her blood.
Do you think she's born 46? She thinks it.
She told us.
She's 73. Yeah, I'm a little worried that it's like senile stuff. Just give her a call. When I had her next car when we first got there, I was like, I'm play. I was pushing her. I was like,
If Chief Tizer resigns or is fired in the next 30 days, I will donate $50,000 of my own money to any dementia or Alzheimer's charity of his choice.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In early spring of 2021, I featured the arrest of 73-year-old Karen Garner that took place in June of 2020. Garner, who suffers from dementia and sensory aphasia, was accused of stealing from a Walmart. Officer Hop was the first to respond.
Alright, let's stop, ma'am. I don't think you want to play it this way. Ma'am, police, stop. You want to stop with lights on, siren? Stop. You just left Walmart. Do you need to be arrested right now? No. Okay.
That full video can be viewed here. Officer Hop arrested her by throwing her 80-pound body on the ground, causing several scrapes and dislocating her shoulder. Officer Jalali arrived next and assisted in brutalizing Miss Garner. Sergeant Metzler was the last officer on scene and assisted in restraining her. Afterwards, the sergeant acknowledged that the blood on his officers was Miss Garner's, but failed to provide medical attention against the department's policy regarding both use of force and provision of medical care to anyone with visible injury.
We struggled and rolled for a little bit.
I see that.
Yeah.
You guys are okay?
Yep, we're good.
You're a little muddy, dude. I think we're doing
a little bloody and little muddy, that's how it works.
Yeah. Is the blood on her?
Yeah, that's her blood.
Sergeant Metzler later claimed that this arrest and subsequent use of force was within policy, and that the minor force that was used was reasonable and appropriate for the situation. When Metzler's report was reviewed by a lieutenant, he questioned why the body cam footage wasn't submitted. More on that later. Metzler then met with a bystander that was expressing his concern over the amount of force used, but the body cam footage of this conversation was never discovered to Sarah Schielke, Miss Garner's lawyer. Loveland PD eventually gave Sergeant Metzler's body cam footage to Sarah, but that conversation was never provided. In fact, the video they handed over was from a completely different incident. Sarah dug into the body cam audit log to figure out what happened to that video, and what she found is that Sergeant Metzler started his body cam recording at 16:48, using the camera event button, ensuring that it wouldn't include the 30 seconds of muted audio. He stopped the recording 4 minutes later, but didn't upload that video until 5 days after the arrest. He also failed to write a report for his involvement in the use of force. Then, on July 15th, almost a month after the incident, Loveland Police Department's evidence tech prepared to distribute the body cam footage for discovery. As Miss Garner was now suing, this prompted Metzler to return to the computers and watch the video I'm about to show you. After watching it, he adds the correct case number to the video, as it has been mysteriously unassigned up to this point. But 2 hours later, around 2 o'clock in the morning, Sergeant Metzler changes his mind and manually changes the case number associated with the Garner video, assigning it to an incorrect case and adding extra numbers to it, almost ensuring that the video would never be found. He also changes the classification of the video from a case file to an incident file. Case files aren't deleted for 10 years, and changing that classification to an incident would ensure the video's deletion by June of 2021. Finally, on July 20th, 2020, 9 videos were provided to Sarah Schielke, but as mentioned before, Sergeant Metzler's video was from a completely different incident. Here is the video Sergeant Metzler was attempting to hide.
Like playing my car payment, and then I see the lady I think was a kid, and I see it walking, and then I see him throwing it to the ground. That person wasn't even running or anything. I was like, that's not okay,
Yeah.
So that's why I came and I'm like, hey, that's not the way to react. But he said that she was running or whatever, which we didn't see it that way. That way that
Do you know who she is?
No.
Do you know where she's coming from?
No.
Do you know what crime she's committed?
I just see her coming.
Do you know what crime she's committed?
But I just see him walking right there, you know?
I'm just asking you.
No,
do
I
you
don't-
know any
I
of the
don't
story?
know. No.
So all you did was just take a brief little view of it, and you
Yeah.
don't know the rest of the story.
No, I don't know because
Okay.
I see the lady walking right here.
Yeah.
She was walking, you know? So if you are parking over there and you see a person walking, and the next thing you see a cop throwing it to the ground when she's not using force or nothing, how is there gonna be your reaction?
I'm not sure, but usually I would think that the police have a reason to arrest her. That's
No,
what.
all the time. Do you see what happened
Okay.
not too long
What-
ago, you know?
Is there anything I can do for you today?
Well, no, I just see that, you know. because
Okay,
that-
well, I
that's
appreciate
not
that.
okay.
I appreciate your concern. She committed a crime. She ran from the Walmart. That officer caught up to her over here, and she resisted arrest. And she's under arrest for criminal charges of theft.
Yeah.
And obstruction and resisting.
Yeah,
okay?
because the fact, you know, by seeing her here, she wasn't running.
It doesn't matter, sir. She committed a crime over there. She stole from the store and then
Yeah.
ran from the store. By the time you see her, which is a very small snapshot, she's walking. That doesn't mean that she's innocent. She committed a crime over there.
Well,
The
yeah.
business has called us. They called 911. So if I steal your car and I just drive down the block, and then about 20 minutes later somebody sees me, and do you want me to arrest that person and get your car back,
Well,
or should
yeah.
I let them go?
But it's how I'm telling you, the way that you see it from here.
Well, I appreciate that. If you want to file
know,
a complaint, sir, you can go down to the police department and file a complaint, or you can do it online. We have a website, and you
Oh,
can
no,
feel
it's-
free.
well,
But I'm saying you don't
yeah.
know the story here, and you interjected yourself into a situation that was law enforcement related, and you're really kind of close to the whole thing, in my opinion. So I would caution you next time, if you want to videotape and make sure everything's okay, that you stay a little further back, because had this turned into a violent encounter or she had pulled a gun, you and your family would have been in the mix, okay? Because you put them there. So you may think you're defending her, but she's the one that committed the crime.
Yeah, and I see it.
And the business called us because she stole from them and ran from them. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah,
Okay?
you know, but that's why I'm telling you, if other people
Okay,
see
well,
the
I
same
appreciate it.
situation,
I
they
appreciate
would've
it.
do the same thing.
No,
you know?
you don't have all the knowledge. And so you have a complete lack of trust of police because you watch the news. I understand
no,
that.
No, the news, because
I un-
the stuff that happened to me too.
Okay,
You know?
well, again,
So, you
I'm
know-
going to caution you about getting this close and involving yourself in law enforcement situations. If you want to videotape and monitor it, you could have done it from much further
No, I'm
back.
not videotaping.
You inserted yourself into the situation. They were right there fighting with her. Had she pulled a weapon, you
No,
would have
she
been
was
right.
already on that car when I pulled here.
You hear what I'm saying? If
Well,
you do
I
this
just
every
guarantee
time,
you-
every time
no,
we have
I
a
just
call.
did it today, you know, and
Okay,
and that's
well,
why
you've
because
said
I
it
see
3 times. I got it. If you want to file a complaint on the officers, you feel free to do that.
Well,
Okay?
just letting you know, because
He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything
Well,
wrong.
that's your-
She committed a crime.
Yeah, I don't know about. I
If
don't
you
know
commit
what
a
she did,
crime,
know.
if you go and steal something and you run from me and you resist, then you'll get taken to the ground too.
I know.
That's how it works.
Last year I get arrested for no reason, you know.
Well, I'm sure there was a reason.
No, there was no reason.
Okay, well, I'm
So
sure
that's
there
why
was
I
a
didn't
reason.
Get charged for nothing and everything.
That has nothing to
And
do
you
with
know,
this,
no,
sir.
that's why.
Has nothing to do with this.
All right,
You're
yeah,
you're
yeah,
interfering in this.
I
Has
can
nothing to do with
complain
this.
If I want.
Okay, I encourage you to do
I
that.
see ya.
Okay, yeah, see ya.
The verbal abuse of the bystander is sickening. It seems as though the sergeant was trying to prevent the citizen from filing a formal complaint. But what's even worse is that after the incident, the officers watched the videos and laughed about the injuries they inflicted on Miss Garner.
Do you think she's born in 46? She's ancient.
She told us.
She's 73. Yeah, I'm a little worried that it's like senile stuff. I had everything's car when we first got there. And I was like, okay, you wanna play? And I was pushing her. I was like, oh no.
This is the turn in or something.
Yeah.
No doubt that's all the cars that stop. There's more than just that guy.
I can't believe 873-year-old woman on the ground.
Hmm?
I can't believe I threw a 73-year-old woman on the ground.
I used to force the bed to like control and stuff.
Threw her on the ground a couple times.
I didn't miss it.
This is great.
I hate it.
I love it.
I hate it.
That full video can be viewed here. Officer Hopp would eventually write his report to infer that her injuries happened in jail and not caused by himself. Finally, in May of 2021, Officers Hopp and Jalali were charged and arrested. So far, Metzler has faced no charges for his involvement, and now this. Evidence assuming his corruption. Officers cannot delete body cam videos, but they've obviously found ways to hide them, lose them, or find ways to have them disappear. Sergeant Metzler still works as a supervisor that teaches new officers and participates in these disgusting acts against the citizens they've sworn to serve, including the verbal abuse of a concerned bystander. Keep in mind that the chain of command reviewed the videos and found everything within policy. One lieutenant claimed he couldn't see the video of the arrest and still approved of it. Their actions are evil. Covering it up is corrupt. Keeping them on the job raises questions about the competency of Police Chief Ticer, which is why Miss Garner's lawyer, Sarah Schielke, has offered to donate $50,000 to a dementia charity of the chief's choice when he chooses to resign.
Full justice to Karen Garner and this community will happen at the moment that every individual who participated in this atrocity or fostered the conditions and culture that made its happening possible is held accountable. And that means a change in leadership. We all know Sergeant Metzler should not still be employed as a police officer, but he is. We all know Chief Ticer needs to resign, but he hasn't. Rather than show any true leadership by stepping down, we have instead seen continued denials, misdirection, and intransigence. I am sick of having to be the only person holding bad police work accountable in your department. I am sick of being the lead internal investigator at the LPD, but I won't stop, so let me make you an offer. You want to build back trust? You want to restore faith to the LPD? Resign. Chief Ticer, Loveland, I'm going to put my money where your mouth is. My announcement is this. If Chief Ticer resigns or is fired in the next 30 days, I will donate $50,000 of my own money to any dementia or Alzheimer's charity of his choice.
At this point, Chief Ticer has refused the offer.
Now, the lawyer who represents the Garner family, Sarah Schielke, offered $50,000 to Chief Ticer's charity of choice that represents Alzheimer's or dementia patients, so long as he resigns within the next 30 days. In our interview with Chief Ticer, he says he will not accept that offer. However, he still says Sarah should go ahead and donate that money if she's financially able to do so.
The only good news to come of this situation is that the Garner case was just settled for $3 million. The terrible part is that these officers won't be paying it, we will. We are forced to pay taxes to fund police operations that time and time again are proven to work against us. And when they get caught, we are forced to pay more to pay for their actions. I would like to extend a huge thank you to Sarah Schielke at the Life and Liberty Law offices for not only posting these videos and being transparent with her litigation and investigations, but also for having the balls to sue these monsters.
Thanks for watching. If you have a video you'd like me to review, email it or send it in via Facebook Messenger. You can also view this and other content on my website. If you're new here, subscribe for future content. If you've been around for a while, remember to like, share, and comment down below of what you think of this interaction. Shirts and other goodies are available at the Teespring store linked below. Channel memberships start at just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel and get a slick lack logo next to your name. I'll see you in the next video. All links are down below.